Hey everyone, welcome to CSGM. I am JRT. Hope you guys enjoyed the music that we just started out with. We have Royal Flush 7 up against Team Dignitas here in ESEA-IM. Royal Flush, it's their first game of the season on Cobblestone. Dignitas is actually not the Dignitas that you usually hear of course. That is the female Dignitas squad that we're going to see here today. Sapphire, who's an observer for Counter-Strike, is actually a member of the team, mostly a manager and a backup, though you will not see her tonight. Who you will see is Emulite, 64, Goose Breeder, Rain, Artstar, and Milk. Over on Royal Flush 7, you have Hollywood, Mirari, Adi, Kilroy, and One Zoom. On Royal Flush 7, they were just picked up by the Royal Flush 7 org, actually. Hollywood and Kilroy were the ones who came from Velocity Esports. Addy, One Zoom, and Mirari are the new additions. It should be a good one. We are ready to go here, folks. Here we go. Hope you guys enjoy the show. First round of action. Cobblestone, of course, the map. And as many of you probably know, Cobblestone can be very T-sided, depending on how you play it. I just watched a match yesterday or a couple of days ago where it was actually CT-sided, 9-6. But we'll see how it turns out here. Watching here from Milk's perspective. Milk just waiting here over at long. The rest of Dignitas is going to follow up as well. And they're just going to be very patient here with 1:29 on the clock. Hollywood pushed up pretty aggressively here towards mid with his USPS. Just trying to catch anyone off guard. Didn't find anyone, though, and he's going to back off wisely. But here comes the engagement over onto the B site. Kilroy and Addy get a couple of kills. Traded right back by Emulite, but One Zoom with the double kill. Emulite and Milk going down. Mirari finishing it off with the frag on Artstar. So a good start there for Royal Flush 7. Got a prediction early on in the match that Team Dignitas would win 16-0 because Hollywood would be distracted by the girls. I'm pretty sure that is not accurate at all. But if it does turn out to be the case, which it cannot now at this point because it's 1-0 Royal Flush 7, well, yeah, I have nothing more to say. That person was already wrong. Going in here to round number 2. It's going to be a save. Actually, looks like they're going to force up here over on Dignitas. CZs, 4 CZs, and a P250. Engagement's happening over at mid here. Mirari gets the jump on Milk with the frag. One Zoom strikes back, but back and forth trades here for both teams. And it's going to end at a 3v3. Hollywood, Addy, and Kilroy going to try and fend off the Dignitas members. Kilroy does indeed do that with 2 nice frags. Goose Breeder still standing, though, and it is winnable. Kilroy down to 10 HP. Has a decent amount of utility. It's going to throw that smoke between truck and the hut. And then a nice nade, a touchdown for Kilroy, taking down Goose Breeder. And that is going to be that 2-0 in favor of Royal Flush 7. Very good start here for them. Of course, Dignitas is going to have to do a full save here. And just to let you guys know, Auto Director will probably be handling everything. As I am the solo caster, I'm doing everything tonight. I'm commentating, analyzing, streaming, the whole 9 yards. Looks like Dignitas is going to go for a drop play here. 4 members moving towards top drop. A good name thrown by Addy. Had Dignitas been a bit more pushed up, that probably would have been more costly, but Goose Breeder is the only one who really gets hit by that, down to 75 HP. Here comes the push for Dignitas. Addy's going to hear all that action, going to call it out to his teammates and try to get the frags, but Goose Breeder gets the jump on him. A nice shot from the CZ, taking Addy down. It is now a 5v4 Hollywood. Waiting here at B as Dignitas making the right play here, I think, going to A site. They're going to get 1 frag, but Kilroy and One Zoom cannot be stopped. They get 3 frags of their own. Dignitas just can't buy a break at this point. Kilroy finds Goose Breeder. This plant could actually be pretty important for Dignitas, as it'll give them a decent amount of money going to the next round. Artstar is not going to be able to survive the engagement with Hollywood over from balcony, and it's going to be a defusal here for Royal Flush 7. Going to end up at 3-0, but as I mentioned, Dignitas did get the bomb plant. Going to have a decent amount of money and economy going to this next round. Indeed, Artstar will have enough to buy that AWP thanks to that bomb plant. So we'll see what they end up doing. You know, often you see people just favor, or teams favor, all AKs on Cobblestone just to get that extra mobility because rotations are pretty easy and pretty commonly seen from the T side. But in this case, we have Emulite sticking with the AWP. Goose Breeder, Rain, Artstar, and Milk all have AKs in hand. Good utility as well. Of course, Royal Flush 7 winning those 3 rounds in a row have a great utility, and they're going to stick with an SMG for Kilroy. See if he can try to get some money. Emulate finds the first frag, though. That is at mid. Mirari a little too aggressive there. He gets taken down. So, oh, is the game sound not on, guys? My apologies. That is fixed now. 124 on the clock here. Lots of flashbangs being thrown towards mid. There's the smoke from Goose Breeder. That's going to block off mid for Dignitas, and they're going to make a play towards long A. Their bomb is still around mid, and they have a bit of a distraction perhaps towards bomb site B. Two members are going to push towards drop and try to, I guess, draw the rotate from Royal Flush 7. Rain and Milk are the ones there. There's a molly from Rain. I think Milk's going to do the same thing. He throws a flashbang, actually. And then Rain with the pop flash down in. Actually ends up flashing Milk and no one else. Addy going to get flashed by his teammate as well. So not some ill-advised flashes here from both teams. No engagements happening yet, though. Addy waiting inside a connector here. Here's the molly. Lots of utility being used over on the A side. Milk gets the opening frag. Finally, Kilroy goes down 1 minute and 20 seconds into the round. And then all of a sudden, Dignitas just rains fire over on Royal Flush 7, winning that round in less than 10 seconds after the engagement started. So good job by them, taking the A site with authority, taking their time, being patient, and it paid off. So there's the first round victory for Dignitas, and they're going to have to keep on doing that, of course, on the T side. You need a strong T side on Cobblestone if you want to hope to have a chance at winning, unless you're Virtus Pro, which I'm pretty sure neither of these teams are. Or any of the top teams, of course. I just picked Virtus Pro because they've had so many amazing comebacks that I've watched, and they're one of my favorite teams, of course. 1:39 on the clock here, round number 5. Royal Flush 7 up against Team Dignitas. I am JRT TV, or you can just call me JRT, and you're watching CSGM hosted on the Royal Flush 7 Twitch channel. Artstar moving up through mid here with Goose Breeder. Just trying to get some information. And this could be a really good position here for Addy. He gets around the corner, finds the frag on Artstar, but Goose Breeder finds the other two. Addy and One Zoom going down. Mirari taking down Goose Breeder in turn, though. So Royal Flush 7 trying to strike back here and doing a good job of it. They've probably got a couple of AKs that can survive this round. Rain, though, not giving Kilroy much of a chance to survive there with some good spray downs. There's a second one, Hollywood going down. Mirari, the last one standing, has the AK. It's winnable round. Rain, 17 HP. But Milk, with all that utility, will be able to help at least Dignitas get onto the B site. And Mirari, not sure what he's going to decide to do here. Could just save the AK or try to push in. Looks like it's going to be an AK save, but then he found the AWP. That's even better. So that is going to go into the next round without a doubt in my mind. He's just going to hide here in Princess Tower and take his time, or maybe just go out and look for some exits towards bomb site B. But after all is said and done, Dignitas will indeed have their second round win in a row, but it was a costly one, losing 3 members, Emulate, Goose Breeder, and Artstar going down. Looking at the scoreboard here, let's see how everyone's doing. Goose Breeder leading the way. Actually, Goose Breeder was leading the way for their team in the loss last game because Dignitas lost their first match. They're 0-1, and Goose Breeder was 19-17, the only one above 500, and this time at 7-4, followed by Emulate at 4-4. Over on Royal Flush 7, you have Kilroy 6-3 and One Zoom 6-4. So both teams doing all right on the scoreboard. Round number 6 here. And we'll see what Royal Flush 7 does. They're going to have a double op setup. Not unexpected on Cobblestone. Expecting one to be on A and one watching from long B, but often you see that double op stack towards B. And actually, no, it's going to be long A for one op, and Hollywood going and playing close B plat. If he can jump up and get a quick kill here, it could be to the advantage of RF7. He chooses not to. Perhaps the right play, making the safe play here instead of taking the risky one. Never a bad move. Rain and Milk are pushing up here towards long B as Hollywood going to throw a smoke over that wall to block off the vision from long B from Dignitas. That's going to force Dignitas to wait it out or push through. A good flash thrown as well there. Goose Breeder and Rain have to back off. So that delays Dignitas even further, just burning time off the clock here in round number 6. Kilroy actually burns something, and it's not the clock. It is Goose Breeder. He is going to go down, and that is the first frag there. That is not the way you want to go down as the first frag in any round. Dignitas now shorthanded. Emulate with the AWP. It's going to move to try and support the team over at long B. Rain's going to take that bomb as Emulate's going to peek out. And a good flash and a good frag. Emulate comes out. Hollywood is down. That means one op for Royal Flush 7 is gone. Mirari's going to have to rotate around from long A back to the bomb site B. As Royal Flush 7, actually all of them are not on the site itself. So it's easy for Dignitas to take it. Will it be easy to hold is another question. 26 seconds remaining. They're going to have to get this bomb down soon. Royal Flush 7 trying to prevent that from happening, but there it goes. Bomb down. Milk getting the frag on one zoom now. A lot of utility, a lot of smokes being thrown by Dignitas, just trying to block off the advance from Royal, and they're doing a great job of it. Addy goes down, but Kilroy and Mirari still standing, with Kilroy finding a frag. Emulate, Rain, and Artstar are going to try and make this work, and indeed they do on Artstar's back. Artstar taking out Mirari and Kilroy. That ties it up at 3-3. So solid job by both teams here on Cobblestone. Royal Flush 7 going to want to see a little bit more on their CT side, of course. You know, as I've been mentioning probably 3 times already, CT side is more difficult than T side on Cobblestone, which is an exception to Counter-Strike. Any other map you play, almost every map you play in Counter-Strike will be CT sided inherently. Just Cobblestone has that slight T edge just because of how fast you can get to bomb site B, and you're seeing it right here. All those flashes coming from Dignitas, they're already in position to take some frags. Kilroy finds the first one though, then another. Addy finds one as well. That's a 3v2. Make it a 2v1 actually now, because Addy is alone. Ferrari got taken down, and Milk found the final frag. So that was close there for Royal Flush 7. Kilroy finding a couple of frags, almost leading his team to victory in that round, but then he got taken down, and Milk helped seal the deal. It is 4-3 in favor of Dignitas. So perhaps a bit of a better start for Dignitas here in their second match of the season. They went down, as mentioned, 16-8 against Aura, the last match on the same map, of course. Going into round number 8. Just a reminder, guys, this is not, of course, the Dignitas team that you're used to seeing at majors and other events professionally. This is the female Dignitas team playing here. And you're watching ESEA-IM action. Royal Flush 7 being their opponent. And let's see what they're up to here. Hollywood over on B plat, stacking B plat with Kilroy as well. I think Kilroy just came to throw that smoke, and indeed that was the case. Pretty standard smoke over that wall. As now Royal Flush 7 getting ready for the advance from Dignitas. And you know, that was actually, that previous round was the first time Dignitas pushed pretty aggressively towards the B site. They've typically taken their time, and it has been to their favor. I think when they pushed out, that was actually probably one of their worst rounds against RF7. So they've gone back to their default, which is to just wait it out, burn the clock down to about 30 seconds, and then make their execution. Couple of mollies being thrown into drop, but as mentioned, they wait until just the end, like about the end of the round, just when they have that last chance to get the bomb plant to push out. A lot of confidence. You need a ton of confidence to pull off a strat like that. Here it comes, 35 seconds. And their push is going in. Rain is moving in. Goose Breeder, Emulate, and Artstar actually going towards the A site, so it's probably going to be an A hit here. Going towards mid. Zoom finds the first frag, though. Milk trades it immediately. Critical trade there for Dignitas. Ferrari, though, waiting on the site, locks onto Artstar, takes him down, but Emulate again gets the trade for the team. Dignitas. Goose Breeder follows up and gets the advantage now. Hollywood going down in a 3v2 now. Dignitas is very lit. Goose Breeder, 32 HP, Emulate 72, and Milk 78. So that M4A4S, all of a sudden those headshots become insta-kills. Addy coming around the corner, taking out the most of the player that was Goose Breeder. Milk finds the frag on Kilroy, though, but goes down to 7 HP. Addy has a chance to win this one. 72, he's got 72 health here for Emulate, and he gets him and gets Milk as well. Addy with the great positioning on the site, snuck on there, got the frags on Emulate and Milk, then the easy defusal. Royal Flush 7 striking back, not an easy round for them, but they managed to win it. Now we're tied 4-4. I did not, just a quick note to Plant Hands, I did not say that the women's team doesn't play professionally. When I say professional, I mean tier 1. I'm not saying these people aren't professional, just to clarify. I love everyone. You never know. They could be playing at a major one day too. So could Royal Flush 7. I don't rule out anyone. 9th round of action here on Cobblestone. A lot of utility being spent here. Of course, the beginning of this round, Royal Flush 7. Standard smokes for them. They've been smoking off Long B the entire time, but Dignitas hasn't really been pushing it. Milk. Gonna throw that molly into draw. Just spamming away here. I mean, you know, Dignitas is kind of doing a similar strat every single round. They're mollying and smoking drop and then pushing out towards the A site at 35 seconds. They're trying to mix it up here a little bit, but I think it was actually they were forced to do so as Royal Flush 7 pushed up towards them. Hollywood gets that nade over on Goose Breeder. Opening kill for Royal Flush 7. Hollywood did take a lot of damage in that engagement, though, over at Long A. Artstar. Just trying to regain their composure here on Dignitas. That's what Royal Flush 7 has to do, though. They're going to have to start to get a little aggressive, figure out what Dignitas is doing, and catch them off guard whenever possible. But here it comes again, you know. I mean, if you're gonna wait every time till 30 seconds, the other team's gonna catch on eventually. But anyway, Mirari gets the frag on Rain, but Artstar and Milk, if they keep getting frags like that, they won't need to worry about anything. Not the clock, not how they play their strats, nothing. It's just gonna have to be down to who can outfrag the other. And it's looking like Team Dignitas is at the advantage so far. Emulate and Milk standing on the site once more. One Zoom, the last member of Royal Flush 7. He's going to go for this one. 73 HP, no utility, and no head armor, but that won't matter up against an AWP and an AK. He pushes right through that smoke. Emulate waiting, locks on, unloads. That's that. It is a 5th round victory for Team Dignitas, but they are playing it very, very slowly. Royal Flush 7 has to be getting a little impatient, and to be honest with you, it wouldn't hurt, like I mentioned. Push out towards Long A. They are putting 3 people there almost every single round, and maybe even get the jump on drop. Get that boost on top drop. Find those 2 members of Dignitas that keep on going there and continually throw mollies. It wouldn't surprise me to see them do the exact same thing again. And there they go. Actually going to do the exact same thing, but push out aggressively towards the B site. Only the second time we've seen this, and no one is there. Royal Flush 7 taking the chance with the A stack. And Dignitas reading it perfectly, going right on out. They knew the economy was very poor for Royal Flush 7. None of them having any utility or armor, only dual Berettas and 2 P250s are their buy-ups. And here are the footsteps heard by Artstar. Easy frag there. Going to expect a little bit more as Hollywood going to back off and try to hide away from this, but he's not going to be able to survive with only head armor up against, with no head armor up against a MAC-10. 3 members for Royal Flush 7. They have absolutely nothing to lose by going for this. Addy, actually going to back off here. Maybe go for some exit frags. Didn't have a single buy-up, so go for those headshots with the USPS. He chooses not to, and the 3 remaining members of Royal Flush 7 going to try and save, I guess, or get a kill. There's one. Addy finally takes out Artstar, but Artstar completely demolished his 2 teammates in the meantime. In any case, the match is now going to be paused. I'm guessing Royal Flush 7 had a connection issue as one of their members has disconnected. So it's 4 members left for Royal Flush 7 as they're going to wait for their teammate to reconnect, perhaps having some internet issues or just trying to get everything going correctly on their end. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream, and Zerg TV, man, you have no idea how many times we have seen that comment. It is unbelievable. I've casted with Eyes many times, and almost every single time someone says that. It's just like freaking clockwork. But yeah, no, this match is turning out pretty good so far. Royal Flush 7 putting out together a decent CT side. 4 rounds so far. I think they can do a little more. They came close a couple of times. Dignitas not getting those clean round wins right up until, I'd say the only time they got the clean round win was that last round, but it was a save round for Royal Flush 7, so kind of to be expected. If you guys are looking for some casting for your team or org, be sure to head to csgm.tv, apply for some casting, and we'll do our best to provide you with some of the most professional commentating and observing in the biz. Again, that's csgm.tv. You frag, we cast. Tonight, of course, we are hosting the stream on Royal Flush 7's Twitch channel. And I am JRT. If you guys have any shoutouts in the chat, any predictions as to how this might turn out, feel free to shoot those in there, and I'll try to read them out if we get a chance here. But in my opinion, I want to say Royal Flush 7 has to change things up a little bit against Dignitas, but they're already playing pretty well. I think the only thing I changed, like I said, get a boost into top drop. They haven't boosted into drop once. Take a chance, boost up there, almost certainly. I mean, certainly there will be 2 members of Dignitas waiting right there for them, and if they can get the jump on those 2 guys, they take out perhaps some of the B presence, or all of it if it's an A play from Dignitas, and then get a little bit of an advantage. So that's the only thing I would do if I were them. Show a little bit more aggression, still play your game, but get them off guard a little, get them off balance a little bit at this point, because Dignitas getting a little too comfortable, a little too set in their plays. And shout Carter at It's Mirari. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, Cole. Maybe I'll figure it out soon. I don't know. Quantum going to follow someone on Twitter, I'm guessing? Sure, why not? I'm feeling nice today. You can go to jcarcsgo on Twitter. If you want to follow someone random, you can go and do that. You'll make his day, I'm sure. And if you want to follow me, guys, you can, of course, do that as well. You can go to twitter.com/JRTTV with 2 E's at the end because, for whatever reason, JRTTV is banned just without the E's. I don't know why. I've tried changing it, but someone somewhere at some point used that handle and did something horrible on Twitter. Who knows? Unspeakable things. And now I cannot use that alias. Maybe if I get a ton of followers at one point, I'll go to Twitter and be like, look, guys, just can I get rid of the 2 E's at the end? It'd be cool for all of the people who listen to me. They'll be able to find me more easily. It'd be great, but I don't know. In any case, maybe I'll try and do that before that even happens, just because it makes no sense to me whatsoever. So we're still waiting here, guys. Match is indeed paused. Royal Flush 7 losing one of their members to a connection issue. And we are just waiting for them to come back. Checking out the scoreboard here, of course, as I think the member that left for Royal Flush 7 may have been their top frag. Who was it? Let me check. We have One Zoom. One Zoom was the one who left, and I think he definitely had quite a few frags. But looking at the way it is right now, Kilroy 10-8, Addy 7-8, Mirari and Hollywood 5-8 and 3-7. So, I mean, you know, Kilroy being the only one above 500 is not helping Royal Flush 7 at all here. And you hope to see a little bit more contribution from Addy, Mirari, and Hollywood. Perhaps, indeed, as predicted earlier on, Hollywood are getting a little too distracted by the 5 females he's opposing here. Milk, 11-5 over for Dignitas, Artstar 8-9, and Goosebeater 9-8. Almost all of them are above 500 except for Artstar and Rain, but I mean Artstar's so close, I'm not even going to count that one. Rain as well. So a good effort so far from Dignitas and Royal Flush 7 as well. We'll see if they can pull it together at a CT side. Could come out on T side and just start completely rolling through the site. If Dignitas wins 2 more rounds, they are going to win the game, says Tazi XCS in the chat. That is an interesting thought. I would tend to disagree with that completely. I don't mean to be harsh, but winning 8 rounds on any half is not a guarantee of coming out with the victory, especially not when you're on a T-sided map like Cobblestone. You have 8 rounds. I think 8 rounds is a worst case scenario for Dignitas. If they come out and win this half, let's say 11-4, like if they win out the rest of the rounds, I would say that it's slightly more in their favor, but still, who knows what Royal Flush 7 has up their sleeves for their T-sided strats. As mentioned by our wonderful Nightbot, you guys don't forget to follow if you're enjoying the stream. You can also follow us over at CSGM_official, where you usually find me. And of course, you'll find me on other streams as well, depending on which team we're casting for at the time. But again, that's CSGM_official. Give us a follow, guys, and we will be certainly very appreciative of that. Really love Hollywood's gloves. I forgot what those ones are called, but I had gloves at one point as well. They were the crimson weave, the red crimson weave ones. It was well worn. I unboxed them, and then I sold them after about 3 months. I enjoyed them for 3 months, and I said, you know what? I would rather take the $300. And indeed, I did that, and I upgraded my video card to a GTX 1080. I think it was a good trade-off. I forgot how much. Yeah, it was $300, and then I sold a few other things to get the GTX 1080. Yeah. Good trade. I'll take it. Oh, wait, no. I also bought my gaming chair. Cool. So there you go. Enough about me now. There we go. Finally. You guys forced me to talk. God, Royal Flush 7. You guys made me talk for about 15 minutes there. Finally, One Zoom is back. This match pause will end very shortly as Champion going to join the coaching side of the counter-terrorist team for Royal Flush 7. And we will get going, I'm assuming, soon. Let's check the pings here. One Zoom, yeah, I think they're just making sure that his ping is okay, just dropping down here. It's the standard affair when you join a server, your ping starts pretty high, but there we go. The freeze time has been paused. Zoom had to pretend to go to sleep, says JCarCS. Well, I mean, is he doing that? He's not doing that badly at all. He doesn't have to pretend to sleep. Just has to get back into the serve, and indeed he did. And here we go. Finally, round number 11, Royal Flush 7 up against Team Dignitas. I am JRT, and this is ESEA-IM action. It's the 26th season. Wow. Has it really been that long? 26th season for CSGO ESEA. Unbelievable. Royal and Hollywood. Here we go. Here's that aggression I was talking about. Hollywood and Kilroy coming up towards Long A, playing with their teammates. It's actually an aggressive A stack here for Royal Flush 7. A good call for them. They might be able to get a couple of frags. There it is. Addy and One Zoom getting 2. Goose Breeder and Artstar going down. Artstar does find the frag on Mirari before falling, and now that's going to trigger a full rotate by Dignitas over to the B site, I'm guessing anyway. Those two people in drop, as I mentioned, you know, Milk and Rain were waiting right next to drop. They didn't go down, and they're just waiting for the bomb to come back and join them in Emulate's hands. Milk gonna go in towards the B side, and One Zoom just rips Milk's head clean off. That's all she wrote there. Emulate and Rain gonna back off now. Perhaps go back towards bomb site A, but not before Kilroy comes on the flank, says, hello, Rain. I got a few bullets with your name on it. And name on them, I guess, and Rain goes down, leaving only Emulate with the AWP, and I think Royal Flush 7 is gonna hunt her down. It would not surprise me in the least. They want that op for the next round. Their economy is not too great. Kilroy gonna find the frag. Maybe he does. Emily missing an unbelievable amount of shots there. Kilroy taking advantage of that with the P250. And Royal Flush 7 with a very surprising strat manages to win that round. And that is a fifth round victory, 6-5 in favor of Dignitas now. And now another match pause. Yay! Right after we just had one, here comes one from Dignitas. Like they just want to talk things over, but they still have a decent economy, a very good economy actually, as Emulate with 11K. Gonna have enough to buy up here, and there we go. Okay, not gonna punish me with another 15-minute freeze time. All right. Still recovering from a cold, guys. It's been I've had this cold a couple of weeks now. When I get sick, I really get sick. It's frustrating. In any case, 1:42 on the clock here. We're in the 12th round of play of this first half on Cobblestone. Royal Flush 7 looking to get their second consecutive round victory and perhaps a little bit of momentum here on the CT side. If they manage to pull off a win on CT side, I should say win the half on CT side, it'll be pretty impressive for them. Mirari waiting patiently with the op towards mid. That's not a flashbang. He thought it was, but it actually ended up being a smoke. One way or another, he's going to have to back off. Throws the op down just to get his nade out and goes, okay. I'm not sure if he meant to throw that op, but he went and picked it up, and now he's going to recover, go towards the truck on the A site, and get ready for that push over from Long A. Still have Emulate waiting with the op near drop, waiting for that push as Hollywood gets the first frag over on Milk. Dignitas now down 5v4. 47 seconds on the clock, and Dignitas really taking their time. There's One Zoom, making them pay for it, getting that frag over on Artstar. Emily does come around from mid, not expected by One Zoom as Goose Breeder peaks at the exact same time. A great crossfire by Dignitas, taking out two members of Royal Flush 7, evening out at 3v3. Rain does not see Hollywood inside the smoke, but it doesn't matter. Hollywood misses all the shots, and Rain just turns right on him, takes him down as Goose Breeder gets a frag as well. That's Goose Breeder's second of the round, and Dignitas pulling that round off very effectively. Emulate finds the final frag, and some great opping from Emulate. Good timing from Goose Breeder as well to come around the corner from Long A as Emulate got the frag over from mid, using the distraction perfectly. Dignitas winning their 7th round. It is now 7-5 in their favor. So Dignitas one round closer to at least winning the half on T side, which is certainly something they want to have on this map. Hollywood gonna push down towards mid as a semi-buy here for Royal Flush 7. They're just buying up whatever they can. Mirari getting flashed pretty aggressively here, and Team Dignitas is gonna push on the site. That could cost them. Addy gets the first frag. Kilroy gets another. Then Mirari flicks towards Milk and finds her as well. Emulate and Artstar do strike back with 2 frags over on the B site, leaving only Hollywood and One Zoom to rotate around. Hollywood gonna try and pick up a gun, but I think Artstar is the one who ended up getting the M4 first. Comes around the corner, knows where to look here. Artstar's in that corner, but Hollywood misses the shot with the Desert Eagle. Has to back off, and One Zoom tries to support, but cannot. Artstar takes him down, leaving Emulate and Artstar 14 Dignitas. Royal gets a nice nade thrown on Emulita and then pulls off the frag on Artstar. What on earth was that? Hollywood manages to win the round in a 2v1 that looked extremely difficult for him. He got the AK, managed to find the first frag with an HE grenade, a very well thrown nade at that, and then turned the corner and got the kill right next to Statue. And that is how you play a 2v1. Royal Flush 7 winning that round and now bringing it to 6 rounds overall in the half. So this is an excellent CT side now. You get 6 rounds on CT side on Cobblestone, you're in amazing shape going to T side. Dignitas, I think, has to win out just to stay in this match at this point. Look at that op name, says Cole. CTS. I'm going to check that out at some point. Merry Christmas from Cole. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. I love it. Nice Christmas present, actually. I'd be pretty happy with a present like that. Op Asimov. Very nice. Kilroy waiting here with the UMP-45 over at Long B. He's stacked with another teammate. Over on the plat, that is Hollywood. Then Addy's watching drop. 2-1-2 here for Royal Flush 7. Very standard play. Addy waiting at drop. Looks like it's going to be a 5-man stack here for Dignitas over towards mid. They're pushing out, and the op shot missed by Mirari. They're giving the advantage here to Dignitas, and they do not miss their opportunity. Milk finding Mirari. One zoom over from Long A. Does manage to take out Milk. Rain trades it right on back, though. Dignitas does not lose their advantage for the time being. Hollywood making Rain pay for that wide peek. Headshot, and Kilroy comes out, finishing off Emulate. Goosebreeder and Artstar are going to have to do some work here to get control of this site. Looks like Goosebreeder did find that frag, and now he's going to go, or she's going to go for the plant. Addy finds Artstar though, and then Kilroy locks onto Goosebreeder, takes her down, and that'll be that. Royal Flush 7 tying up at 7-7, so this CT side just keeps getting better and better for RF7. Diffusal going to come in for Addy, and that is that. Last round of play, 15th round of play. Feels like I started this about an hour ago. I think I might have almost because of that long pause. But we are finally here in the 15th round of play. As we are going to see who will come out with the victory here. I have to say Dignitas is going to need as many as they can get here on T side. 7 is just not enough. Get to 8 at least. Looks like they're throwing some smokes all the way from T-spawn towards the B site. It's going to be an all-out B push here for Dignitas, buying up whatever they could, running right into that Molly's Gooseberry. She's down to half health. Hollywood finishes her off. Artstar as well going down to Hollywood. And why not make it 3 for him? He pulls out the USPS, finds Rain, unloads on her. And then it's going to be a 2v4. Make it a 4v1. Milk going down. Emulate, the last one standing, hiding behind this wall, looking desperately for a frag to try and make something happen on this round, but it is not looking good. One zoom finds the final frag on Emulate, and that's going to be that. Royal Flush 7 winning that half, 8-7. Really nicely done by them. They were down. They only had 4 rounds at one point. It was 6-4. They struck right on back. Only gave Dignitas 1 round after that very long pause. And perhaps that played to their favor, breaking the momentum a little bit of Dignitas. In any case, guys, that is going to be... We're going to move on to the second half. Just have to... the duties of streaming and commentating at the same time. In any case, I mean, Dignitas is going to have to win the pistol round here on CT side. Just no choice whatsoever. Got to come out here and take the fight to Royal Flush 7. Their T side was not strong enough, and they're just going to have to hope that Royal Flush 7 doesn't have a strong T side planned. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, of course. Any shoutouts in the chat? More than welcome at this point, as we are waiting for the second half to get underway here. Both teams probably taking their time just talking things over. Dignitas likely hoping that they won't end up in another 16-8 loss. It's still possible, as they only managed to get 7 rounds after all was said and done. They had a great start, but I think what really cost them is that they lost a lot of team members in those early rounds, so their economy could never really get built up in a strong way. And then once they lost a couple of rounds, it all unraveled on them. But looking at the scoreboard, we can't, because ESEA is amazing. Shout out to famous YouTube star collects. That's from Crayon Rehab. Thank you, Crayon Rehab, for your wonderful shout out. Guys, I am JRT. You are watching CSGM on the Royal Flush 7 channel. If you guys are looking for some casting for your team or org, be sure to head to our channel, or I should say our website at csgm.tv. Send an application in, and we'll do our best to provide you with some of the most professional observing and commentating in the biz. Again, that's csgm.tv. You frag, we cast. Perhaps we're seeing a little bit of a technical issue on one of the teams, as they're just waiting out. You know, of course, we did have that 50-minute pause there for Royal Flush 7, so perhaps one Zoom waiting to see if an issue has subsided. Maybe his mouse isn't working properly. I don't know. Something's not tracking correctly. Who knows what the case may be. Please stop Crayon. Apparently, Cole is not happy inside a chat. Crayon needs to stop something. Hey, I think I'm going to check if we have any other matches that are going to come up later on today for CSGM, guys. Just going to take a quick look here. We already had Orion versus Rectify Gaming. I think that might be over. Yeah, that's definitely over by now. And maybe someone can give me a shout out and let me know what happened there. After this one, we do have another match happening concurrently, but that's going to be it. This is the last one of the night. But tomorrow, I will, of course, be back with another match. I think it's at 9 o'clock, guys. But in any case, finally we're going here. The match is live. These guys took their time once more. But here we go. Second half of action on Cobblestone. Dignitas up against Royal Flush 7. ESEA Season 26 action. This is the second match of the season for Dignitas and the first one for Royal Flush 7. Dignitas at 0-1, as mentioned earlier, looking for their first win of the season. Ferrari gonna push out here with Kilroy and the rest of his team. Artstar finds the first one, then another, and it's just Dignitas laying down the heads all over the map. Not a single frag for Royal Flush 7, and that is exactly the start Dignitas needed on CT side. 8-8 tie. No one went down. Here come the SMGs for Dignitas, and probably a force-up for Royal Flush 7. No bomb plant means you gotta just try and go for it here. And indeed they will. Desert Eagle for Hollywood. 2 CZs coming up. Probably going to see another 2 CZs or PT50s. Mirari. Nope, just a Glock for Mirari. Let's see if he bought anything at all. No, he's going to wait for that AWP probably. So, saving for the opposite Mirari. Royal Flush 7, once again, looking pretty aggressive here. Pushing up towards Long B already. That smoke coming up from the Goose Breeder, and then Goose Breeder gets a lot of info. Gonna call the rotate for her team as she gets 2 kills. Milk finds another 2. That leaves only Hollywood with 41 HP and a prayer for his team. A flashbang gonna come out. It's the all-girls Dignitas squad, and Milk finds the final frag. That is her third of the round, 9-8 in favor of Dignitas. Tazzy saying I could stream your match. Well, if I didn't have to go to sleep, I may have considered that, but you'd have to pay me $3,000. I'm very expensive. No, I'm just joking. Heading into this third round of action here on the second half of Cobblestone. Dignitas getting the CT-sided start they needed after a somewhat weak T-side here on Cobblestone. Kilroy waiting for that molly to dissipate. Aggressive play here by Artstar towards mid, pushed all the way up, but no one's at long A here for Dignitas. They have 3 members over on the B site. Emulate playing the scout near the truck, and now Royal Flush 7 rotating all the way through danger towards mid. They're going to engage with Artstar. Artstar does find one, but that's not enough there with that FAMAS. Only getting one, giving Andy the chance to get the immediate trade. Rain comes back though, finds one Zoom, and then the fadeaway FAMAS headshot on Kilroy, making it a 4v2. Mirari still standing with Addy, but that's not for long. Goose Breeder ends their lives quickly, and Team Dignitas comes out with their 10th round victory, 10-8 in their favor. Tazzy, that's all your school lunch money added together times 1,000. Okay. Well, if you can manage to pull it off, then by all means. Got a Glock in Mirari. Says Cole. I guess that's what he had in the previous round. But there's Mirari with that AWP. That's what he was waiting for. So, saving up for that, and this is when perhaps Royal Flush 7 starts to take control of this match. 4 AKs and an AWP, 1 AWP, a FAMAS, 2 M4s, and an MP9 over Dignitas. So, you know, I mean, not a bad play here for Dignitas. Or in any case, you know, if you get those SMGs after winning the first round, try and keep them and build up the money and let the people that buy rifles take care of the rest of it. One zoom does find a frag on Emulate, but Emulate did get that off kill prior to that. Artstar trades the frag on one zoom, then Hollywood again trades it on Artstar. So it's a 3v3. Hollywood did get extremely lit up in that engagement. That's going to cost him as Goosebeard only has to land a couple of shots, taking him down. Rain finds Mirari, and this all-girl squad looking very strong. Addy finding Goosebreeder, but Milk ends his life and the chance at winning the round for Royal Flush 7. And all of a sudden, it is 4 consecutive round victories in a row here for Dignitas. Unknown caster, I have a name, sir. It is JRT. Please, some respect. Rain going out here towards connector with 2 of her teammates into bomb site B. And going to get those flashes ready and thrown into the long B area. As Royal Flush 7, nowhere near that area, of course. They're going to go again for the A hit. Not sure why they would. They got pretty torn up in that previous round, but they are on a full save. One zoom, the only one with armor, 4 CZs, and a P250. Oh, I love you too, Blaze. You're so sweet. Royal Flush 7 moving through danger, so it's pretty much the exact same strat that we saw previously, except the only difference is Kilroy is waiting at long A. I think they were just trying to make some noise, but not really anyone to hear it. Artstar isn't pushed up anymore, and she just turns around and has a couple of free kills there. Addy and Hollywood going down. Mirari finds one on Artstar, and here comes Royal Flush 7 finally getting a couple more kills. It is a 2v2. They might be able to pick up some guns if they can run towards them, but Dignitas, Goosebreeder, and Rain close the gap very quickly, giving Royal Flush 7 very little opportunity to get another weapon. They did find the AWP. Mirari has that. That could be the difference maker. Kilroy gets Goosebreeder. Rain, though, does kill Mirari, even though Mirari had a split second of an advantage. Kilroy with the CZ. The unexpected frags coming from him. He finds 2 of them to win that round. Royal Flush 7 back in it, and honestly, that was Dignitas' round to win. They had the utility advantage and the weaponry advantage, but just could not pull it off. Some really nice frags there. Seeing Royal Flush 7 using the pistols, closing the gap, getting the frags, and that's that. 11-9 in favor of Team Dignitas. Royal Flush 7 did win that first round, though, and Dignitas' money not great, and they're going to be on a save. They still had enough for, I think, 1 smoke grenade, but here comes Royal Flush 7 just charging onto the site, wasting no time here. Goosebreeder still finding that first frag. Man, she's been really good on the B site so far. Goosebreeder now backs off, and they cannot find her. She's just running circles around the B site. Then Rain comes out and gets Addy. This could go towards Dignitas. Goosebreeder finding another one, but Mirari gets a couple of kills, trying to fight for his team. He gets a third one. He has to find the final one here on Artstar. Mirari having to play out of his mind just to win the round against a very feisty Dignitas squad here. Artstar almost finds the kill, down to 7 HP for Mirari. Man, they are making Royal Flush 7 earn every single round here. 10th round victory. Royal Flush 7 finally into the double-digit round victories. 11-10 for Dignitas. What a round there for Goosebreeder. I think Rain had a frag as well. All of them getting in on the action on Team Dignitas. Royal Flush 7 had to rely on a really good round there from Mirari, getting those 4 frags with the AWP all the way from Long B. Just flicking around, making sure that no one survived once they got into his scope. Hollywood playing towards top drop, so Royal Flush 7 trying to prevent this boost here, and indeed it was coming up. Now Milk comes up after the spray is gone, but nah, Hollywood is smarter than that. He keeps on spraying, gets the frag on Milk. In the meantime, though, on the other side of the map, Emulate did manage to get an op kill, so it is going to be a 4v4. Emulate. She's waiting boosted on top of the roof here on the A site. Addy's just trying to get that flashbang that he does, but he's flashing absolutely no one, as the only one on the A site is Emulate. The other 3 Dignitas members are favoring the B site. 2 members of Royal Flush 7 are working their way up long A, and that's with the bomb as well. Let's see if, I think that Hollywood's trying to get a couple of frags here and to draw Dignitas over to the B site. He's going to find one on Rain unless he messes it up. He messes up his spray. Gazer's Curse. Rain taking out Hollywood. It is now a 4v3 in favor of Dignitas, but that might pull the rotate. Indeed, it does. Emily coming around towards Connector, immediately turns around after she got engaged with, but it was too late. Addy getting the headshot. Artstar getting the trade, though. Mirari is going to go down. One Zoom and Addy still standing full HP for them. Rain and Artstar extremely lit, 13 and 16 HP. One shot against them for either Addy or One Zoom. Gonna have to get some good shots from both, from Goose Breeder here, and indeed it happens again. Man, she has been carrying the load very effectively here. It's gonna be the 12th round victory for Team Dignitas. What is she up to here? 23 and 16. Even in a losing effort, she was very strong against Aura last game, and this time again, 23 and 16. The leader on both teams in terms of frags, and Artstar also ahead of everyone on Royal Flush 7 with 20 frags. So Artstar and Goose Breeder helping their team out come to victory here, or at least potential victory. It is 12 to 10, still not over yet. Royal Flush 7 has a bit of a broken bye. It looks like they're just going to try and force up perhaps for the remainder of the match. Addy going to follow Kilroy towards long A. Looks like again they're going to go for that long A hit. I don't know. I'm surprised to see Royal Flush 7 not trying to push into that B site with a little more aggression. I think they're just playing a little bit scared, perhaps. I mean, Dignitas has been very strong, nailing their shots when they have to. So I guess they have reason to play a little more cautiously. And you're also seeing, of course, Royal Flush 7 is playing a much more aggressive game than Dignitas did. Dignitas played a very patient T side, and you're seeing Royal Flush 7 come out mostly before the 1 minute mark here on T side. They don't want to waste any time. They just want to get in there and find the frags and try to win the round. Now they're being pretty patient, though, waiting for that smoke. I think Artstar kind of suspects something might be up, so she's pushing up. This could be her demise, though. Good flashbang thrown by her teammate, but indeed it was her demise. One Zoom finding the frag at close range with the CZ there, and here comes the play from Royal Flush 7. They're going to engage with Emulate, but man, she's been great with that op, and again, finding another one on Mirari. Finally misses a shot, though, and cannot follow up with the P250 effectively. One Zoom gets the frag. Emulate going down to Addy with the Glock. Finds Milk, takes her down. That leaves only Rain and Goose Breeder. We've seen how effective Goose Breeder can be. So she plays that flank very well. Hollywood thought he had an advantage, but nothing doing for him. And then Rain burns Kilroy alive. It's falling apart for Royal Flush 7 after being a 4v2. Now it's a 2v2. Addy's going to have to do some work with that op. He's down to 6 HP, but he does find Goose Breeder before taking all that damage. Then One Zoom with a very wise jump onto the roof over on the A site. Gets the angle on Rain. Takes her down. That's going to make it 12 to 11 for Team Dignitas. So it's been pretty much back and forth here for the last few rounds. It's going to be a full reset for Dignitas. I wouldn't be surprised to see them just save up here, maybe buy a 5.7 P250, and that's it. And indeed, that's going to be the case. CZ75, 5.7, 2 P250s, and Emulate just going to stick with that USP, saving for the AWP. Good flashbang there thrown by Addy. He's going to walk out and still get killed by Goose Breeder, who was recovering from that flash. Hollywood and One Zoom, thankfully for Royal Flush 7, come back and get 3 kills combined. The bomb's going to go down. One Zoom locks onto Emulate, takes her down, and then Kilroy going to find the final frag. So, quick round there for Royal Flush 7, guys. They're going to tie it up 12 to 12. This could go to overtime. I mean, both teams have been playing very strong. No one has been dominant on the T side, so when you see that on Cobblestone, it's very likely you're going to get into an overtime. Royal Flush 7. And, I mean, to be honest with you, if we do see an overtime, I think both teams kind of played towards that. The only thing I would say is that there's more of a carry happening for Dignitas than on Royal Flush 7. I think everyone on Royal Flush 7 is contributing to the cause, or at least trying to. Kilroy's the only one above 500 as I say that, but in any case. Mirari gonna follow Kilroy towards mid. Milk finds the frag on Hollywood. Then Kilroy strikes back on Emulate. So it looks like Royal Flush 7 is gonna try and go for an A hit here. But they've got all of Dignitas to deal with. A great stack by Dignitas on A. Goose Breeder and Milk. Then Artstar finding the frags, leaving only One Zoom with 20 HP, and has to be wondering where the heck all of his teammates went. That happened so quickly. He's in a 2v1 now. Dignitas, again, with a great hold on the A side. I don't know why Royal Flush 7 keeps going here, because Dignitas has been winning the engagements more often than not. As you see the scoreboard, I mean, they've come out on the A site, doing a great job. One Zoom. Gonna go up against Rain or Milk. Good crossfire set up by both of them. Rain with the M4A4 waiting around the corners. teammate. It's a nice flash out there. Rain working with Artstar perfectly to finish. Sorry, working with Milk perfectly to get that final frag. So Dignitas again striking back, getting their 13th round victory. We're moving into the 16th round of play, and it is anyone's game at this point. Royal Flush 7 going to force up those AKs. I should say buy up those AKs. They've got a decent amount of utility. The only one who doesn't have much is Kilroy, but he was quite effective with that CZ before. We might be able to see it again. Lots of smokes coming out onto the B site, blocking off the double doors. And now going to block off to any angle from the B site as well. Goose Breeder does manage to take out one Zoom, burning him alive. And Rain playing the angle well on the statue. Just Royal Flush 7 cannot do anything. Then Goose Breeder sprays down Mirari and Kilroy like it's nothing. 14-12 in favor of Dignitas. I'm very impressed from what I'm seeing here from Team Dignitas. They've played a strong CT side, matching Royal Flush 7 blow for blow, and really not giving them much momentum at all. Royal Flush 7 only winning 2 rounds in a row. And you know, when you're on Cobblestone, as we see another match pause, but when you're on Cobblestone, if you start really rolling on T side and getting those round victories, it's hard to stop the momentum. So if you can prevent, I should say, if Dignitas can prevent Royal Flush 7 from getting 3 consecutive rounds or 4 consecutive rounds in a row like they have, then it's pretty easy to start, you know, stopping those rushes and preventing the T's from getting that momentum. It's really, really well done for them. It's the exact same thing that Royal Flush 7 did to them on their T side as well, though. So props to both teams, I guess, for having a strong CT side. As we go to another match pause. How are you guys doing in the chat? Hope you're enjoying the cast so far. We'll be back on CSGM. We got casts all week long at CSGM. You guys are interested in watching more, you can go follow us at CSGM_official. And you can follow us on Twitter as well at the same handle. And we'll be able to tweet out any matches that we cast to you directly. I will be personally involved in 2 more matches. I'll be casting tomorrow night, I think at 9, and the same time on Saturday night as well. But here we are. Dignitas up against Royal Flush 7, guys. ESEA season number 26. It just started, and I was eagerly awaiting season 26's arrival because it means I get to cast a lot more, and it's something that I enjoy very, very much. As, yeah, I mean, Royal Flush 7 is their first match of the season. They're looking for their first win. They're going to have to come out with a couple of very strong rounds to pull this one away from Dignitas, as they are looking to fight back from a very tough loss, 16-8 in the previous match, and get into the win column, starting at 1-1 for the season. Checking out the scoreboard here. Look at Goose Breeder, guys. I mean, she's going to drop a 30 bar more than likely, and well deserved. She's been really strong with her spray control. Positioning has been excellent, as you saw when Hollywood was trying to get that flank after the bomb was planted on A site, which a round that almost went to Dignitas. She waited patiently, saw Hollywood, didn't even have a chance. Hollywood was done before he even knew it, and came on to support the A site. Just really smart play overall from her. Artstar as well, contributing at 21-21. But Emulate, although she is 13-16, guys, she has been very strong when needed with that AWP. So in those clutch situations, I mean, if I've checked the RWS, I'm sure it's going to be relatively good for her. Probably not last place RWS. I could be wrong, but the way I feel is that she's had those impact frags when it's counted. Looks like the 5th member has rejoined for Royal Flush 7 here. And just looking at them, Champion actually going to sub in here for one Zoom. I am very surprised to see that. So Champion coming in, one Zoom, I guess having a lot of difficulties with something, is now out of the match, guys. One Zoom, subbed in. Subbed out, I should say. Champion in, the coach for Royal Flush 7. Going to try to show us how it's done here. Here we go. Round number 27 overall. Only 4, I should say, 3 rounds remaining after this. Kilroy. Just waiting patiently here with a smoke grenade in hand. One Zoom, wasn't one Zoom carrying, says Blaze. No. Quite simply. It was actually Kilroy who's been carrying. I wouldn't say anyone's really carrying, quote unquote, for Royal Flush 7. All of them are working together to come out with these round victories. Milk and Goose Breeder find a couple of frags, make that 3. Goose Breeder just unstoppable, finding her 30th and 31st frag. Looking for more, and finally Kilroy, who's been pretty much a beast with the CZ, does get the frag. And Goose Breeder now done 29 HP, picks up the AK. Artstar is lit. Probably going to get that call up from his teammate, but Artstar gets the advantage, peaks at the perfect time, and Dignitas 15th round victory. I really would love to know what was wrong with One Zoom. If it was a technical issue or something that prevented Royal Flush 7 from coming out with a better performance here, perhaps. Maybe they felt like they were playing 5v4 because of those technical issues. It's a curious situation. Perhaps we'll find out at a future date. But in any case, it is 15-12 match point for Dignitas. At least 4 or 3 match points here for them in this match. Artstar and Emily going to post up at long A with Goose Breeder and Milk near drop. Spear's actually going to rotate here. Throwing a good nade here. Oh, that would have just gone a bit further. Might be able to do a lot of damage there to Royal Flush 7, but not good enough. Re-smoking there is Dignitas over at long B. Koff is going to find out what happened to One Zoom right now. Rain, though, in the meantime, gets a couple. Actually, that's 2 frags for Goose Breeder again. Can she be stopped? Apparently not. That is it. Artstar pitching in for the final 2 frags. But that was, I think, 34 frags for Goose Breeder. What a match she had. Royal Flush 7 just could not get an answer to her. And, of course, those problems with One Zoom did not help. But, guys, the final score here, 16-12 in favor of Dignitas. A great effort from both teams, but, man, oh man, Goose Breeder is going to be a force to be reckoned with here for Dignitas' female squad in ESEA Intermediate. In any case, guys, that was a fun match, of course, to cast. I do hope you enjoyed the stream, and if you did, or even if you didn't, you can head on over to csgm.tv, apply for some casting for your team or org, and we'll do our best to provide you with some of the most professional commentating and observing in the biz. Again, that's csgm.tv. Final score again, and a great game again to Goose Breeder, who had 34 frags, helping her team come to victory 16-12 against Royal Flush 7. Guys, I am going to be signing off for now. You've been a great crowd. It's been fun to cast for you. And again, I will be back tomorrow. I think I'll be on CSGM_official at 9 p.m. Eastern. But until then, you frag, we cast. See you next time.